together. I hear you had a good talk, and now he's gone forever. Take me to a good life, the one when we're together. Now he's out the picture. You can stay with me forever. Your love is worth a billion. Your love is worth a billion. Your love is worth a billion. Your love is worth a billion things I can't even think of. I hope you have your head straight. I know it's not together. I hear you need a doctor, someone to care for you forever. Take me to a good life, the one when we're together. Now he's out the picture. You can stay with me forever, ever, ever. Love is worth a billion. Your love is worth a billion. Love is worth a billion. Your love is worth a billion things I can't even think of. A billion. A billion. Love is worth a billion things I can't even think of.
Small little town is Rockin' Radio, the wall of sound.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the show. This is the Rockin' Radio Wall of Sound. I am Gary Morgan and tonight we're back to normal. Back to normal in that we have no live act in the house, just little old me and little old Patches.
Hello.
Here, and of course we're joined by Pussycat as and when he decides to join us. Show's a little bit more rocky tonight than last week, so we're going to be a little bit like the Beastie Boys. We're going to fight for the right to party. That's the way to start a show. Right, okay, what we got on tonight's show? We've got some more cracking tunes from the mainstream, as always. Some cracking tunes from the not quite so mainstream, as I always like to throw a few curveballs in the show. We've got 4 brilliant indies on tonight. We've got the fabulous Blackwater Band. We've got a friend of the show, an all-round good egg, Mr. Malcolm Baxter. We've got somebody new to my show, but certainly not new to the network, in Slinky Williams. And the winners of the poll from 2 weeks ago, you'll remember we had the 4 indies 2 weeks ago. Heavy Ball were the winners of the poll, so they'll be on again tonight. We'll also have our usual features at 7:30. We'll have our movie or TV theme. At 8 o'clock, we'll have our featured album or featured artist. 8:30, we'll have our something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And as always, our penultimate song will be our one-hit wonder. So I would suggest that you buckle up the dungarees, get your dancing shoes on, and let's rock and roll. And here to start you off with a little bit of rock and roll is Shake, Rattle and Roll, but it's not by Elvis, it's by the original Mr. Joe Turner.
Make some noise with the pots and pans. When you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. When you wear those dresses, the sun comes shining through. I can't believe mine, all of this belongs to you. I believe you was all you never did not at all.
There you go. I hope you're loving this out there. There's two great tunes to start off with. Of course, that was the original by Mr. Joe Turner. A lot of people think that Bill Haley did the original, but no. Let me tell you, here on the Rockin' Radio Wall of Sound, we play lots and lots of original stuff. So, about time I said goodbye. Good evening. I've not got my beard down my neck yet. About time I said good evening to a few people. So, first of all, first in the house was Mr. Robert Nelson, Bob from Bob's Time Machine. Thanks for joining us, Bob. Dr. Foster's in and well and seemingly liking the music so far, which is always a good thing. We know we'd prefer him to be a little bit grumpy, but no, he's in and he's good. So good evening, Doctor, and good evening, Hillary, who's the main lady behind keeping the Doctor on the straight and narrow. And good evening to Larry Shuffle, who's from the band Money, Diamonds and Limousines, who was listening in. I've not seen him on their thing, but he was definitely in a short while ago. Good evening to Lois over there in Canada, and also to Hillary, and to somebody called Beer Siren. I'd love to know who that is. There's part of me that doesn't want to know who it is, but there's part of me who does. But good evening, and thank you for tuning in and joining the chat, Beer Siren. And also good evening to Billy as well. Billy's on board. I think that's everyone I've seen so far in Lois. The chat. Oh, I said Lois, yeah, Lois. Yes, definitely wouldn't miss out Lois, definitely not. So those of you who are listening and not in the chat, feel free to join us. It's a little screen at the bottom. You can just click in. You don't have to use your own name if you don't want to. You can be called Beer Siren 2 or whatever you want to be called. Come in and join us and say hello and let us know who's out there. In the meantime, we'll crack on with a bit more music. This is a little bit mellow, Mike, but we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to have a bit of a dance and we'll have a bit of a rest. You know, you old folks will need to sit you down every now and then. This is You Can Do Magic by America.
See, I said if I can't feel it, then how could it be? No magic could happen to me. And then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have that you desire, magic, and you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, the heart of stone can turn to clay.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. We were having a little conflab, little meeting during the show, and what threw us out is that we thought Mike was Dr. Foster, because obviously he is, and but this Mike is not Dr. Foster. It's Mike from Blackwater Band. So good evening and thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining the show, Mike. We will be playing your song a little bit later on. I'll give you a bit of an idea of when it's coming on. We'll tell you. In fact, it should be coming on around about 7:45 if I can keep my timings to anything where they should be. But we are actually going into the part of the evening where we have our indie section, and tonight's first indie section is going out to a band that we played a couple of weeks ago, a band that's completely new to me. It was introduced by a young lady who I had round for dinner with a friend, Sarah, and she introduced me to a band called Heavy Ball. She knew one of the band members. I looked them up, had a little listen. They're predominantly a ska band, I think, but I really enjoyed their music, so I gave them a play, and they won the vote for the best indie of the show 2 weeks ago. And obviously they would have come back last week, but we had Mark from One Sided Horse doing a live set, so we didn't do the indies last week. So they're back tonight, so here we go, and this is a different one. It's not the same one as last time. This is a song called Another Country, so have a little listen. As always, give me some feedback on the chat and let me know what you think.
Well, another country to me is like another house. You can leave your house and go to another house, but your house is always your house. You understand?
Like living in another country. No one listens, no one wants to know. Another country. Another country. It's like living in another country. It's all to be and it's all for sure. Too many folk with too much money looking down on the ones below. Another country. Another country. Girl, she talks so sweetly. Never want to go back down. Now I'm home, I feel much better, so much better than I did before. Maybe cold, I'd always wetter. I'll never be a city boy. Oh, sweet home, where I want to take home, sweet home, another country. Another country. Up if it's me neatly. Never want to go back down. Girl, she speaks so sweetly. Never want to go back down. You think that they don't want me? Well, I want to, well, I want to. Never want to go back down. Well, I want to. There's nothing they can show me. Well, I want to, well, I want to. Never want to go back down. There's nothing they can show me. Well, I want to, well, I want to. Never want to go back down.
ኢትዮጵያ ከሌላው ዓለም የተለየች ሀገር ናት። ኢትዮጵያ ማለት የተለያዩ ሃይማኖቶች ያሉባት ነገር ግን በሰላም በመቻ
That end bit, I must admit, for me, I don't recall listening to that bit when I was putting it together. Still, I was a little bit Brahms on this, so there you go.
Johnny Eveson
Johnny Eveson, that's the man.
likes the post that he's playing his
Oh,
tune.
good. Okay. Johnny, if you're listening, obviously that was your tune, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback, even from the doctor. So if you get positive feedback from the doctor, that means you've kind of almost made it. He is the, what's that guy out of X Factor called? Simon Cowell, isn't it? The doctor is the Simon Cowell of the Rockin Radio Wall of Sound show, I reckon. So if he gives you approval, then that's all good. So yeah, that was a band called Heavy Ball. The track was called Another Country. Last week before one, I think we played Black Eye Friday, and I remember Adrian particularly liking that as well. So if you want to know more about them, you can Google them. I think they are on our Independence Network.
They're not showing us yet.
Right, okay, they will be on shortly. Ray's obviously been tardying putting them on from 2 weeks ago. He's been sleeping in the evening and things like that, which is no right to do. So they will be on soon. They'll be on the Independence Network, but surely you can Google them. They'll be on all those sort of like Bloodster sites and all that kind of good stuff, won't they? Right, anyone I've not said hello to? I think I've got most of the people so far. Can't see anybody new as yet. If you're out there listening and you want a little hello, send me a message via Facebook or via my mobile phone if you have it, or via the chat feature. In the meantime, we're going to crack on with the tunes, and we're going to keep them to a very high standard with Mr. Wilson Pickett and In the Midnight Hour. Listen, guys, I'm getting very, very concerned. Mike, Dr. Foster has said another great tune. So either we really have done the business so far tonight, or Mike or the Dr. Foster is an imposter. Will the real Dr. Foster please stand up? Yeah, good. It's nice to please them. We put out an APB for Adele because nobody knows where she is. Probably working, doing some big hair for somebody, and probably will join us a little bit later, either before or after the shower, I guess. Right, we're going to crack on with the tunes. I'm going to just slow it down just a little bit because it's warm in here, and I kind of need to rest from nodding my head, and I've got to open up another beer. So I'm just going to have a bit of a chill out and maybe do some grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
Anything that's better. The world is ours whenever
I knew it couldn't last. The doctor's not impressed. He's not having the little rascals, or the young rascals, I think they were called. But lots of other people are. Hillary's having it. Joanne's liking it. Mike from the Blackwater Band, he's liking it. So, Mike, you're the odd one out again, but welcome back for being grumpy. We all feel a little bit better for it. Right, this will be interesting to see what he thinks of this one. This is a great tune, this, but it could well be something that Mike's not really having. It's a song called Hold On I'm Coming, and it's by Sam and Dave. So have a little listen, tell me what you think. There you go. Looks like we've got the doctor back on board with that one. Thank you for that. Lois is saying, "You lucky thing, that's awesome." I presume that's when she saw us. Maybe we've just nipped outside. You may have noticed on the screen. It was getting hot in here, so we just nipped outside. A few people out in deck chairs watching the show. Hi everybody. That's what Patches gets up to when he's got nothing else better to do. Talented man, don't you think? We may even just flick another screen in there. We might do. That's how we roll on this show, isn't it, Ray?
So we roll in the Shire.
Right. Okay. So Mike was liking that particular tune. Very good. I think that's probably Joe's saying we're on fire tonight, which is good news. Thank you very much for that. So yeah, seems to be going down well, Ray. Good. And it must be getting pretty close to 7:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I've got 19:29. That's good enough for me. Which means it's time for our first feature of the evening, and that's where we play a movie song or a TV theme. As always, I'll play it without telling you, but tonight it's so easy. What I want is somebody to be on the trigger a little bit faster than my sister, who always gets this right first before everybody else. She'll never guess who the artist is, but she'll certainly guess what film it's from. So without further ado, I shall play it. Have a little listen. It's a great song from a great film, or a great tune from a great film. Have a little listen and see who's first up with who it is and what it's from. There you go. So Mike from Blackwater Band was in first. It was indeed the Dam Busters March, and this particular version was by the Associated British Studio Orchestra, I believe. We've had a couple of suggestions: Ron Black, John Philip Sousa. They may all have done them. Some even may have written them. Who knows? I don't know. But that was the Associated British Studio Orchestra. Mike, Dr. Foster. I'm going to have to say Dr. Foster rather than Mike because we've got another Mike in the house. Dr. Foster said that he thought it might be Nelly. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your clothes. I think the other Mike then got a bit confused, thought it might have been talking to him, and who knows where this chat could end up. Maybe we might have to put an over 18s.
We're all getting ready for the shower.
yeah. Adele will be next. She'll be coming in or out the shower, one of the two. So. Right, I'm glad you all enjoyed that. Bit of fun. Great tune, by the way, as well. Makes you feel very like, God. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to crack on with the tunes, I think, before we say hello to a few more people. We're going to play a great song. This is it's, The Temptations and Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me.
Passes by, I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy to have a girl like her. It's truly a dream come true. Just my imagination running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me. Soon we'll be married and raise a family. Oh yeah. This could be a dream, or to me it all seems. But it was just my imagination once again running away with me. I tell you it was just my imagination running away with me. Every night on my knees I pray, dear Lord, hear my plea. Don't ever let another take her love from me. Oh, surely die. When love is heavenly, when I'm wandering on you, I hear a tender rhapsody. But in reality, she doesn't even know me. Just my imagination once again running away with me. Oh, I tell you it
carry on and sing that, but that would have just spoiled it for everybody, I'm sure. So, good evening to a few more people who've joined us, some in the chat room, some not. Mr. Eddie Shuck over there in Texas is in the house, but not in the chat. Good evening, Eddie. Thanks for joining us. D, I think may well be...
Adele's in.
May well be in. Adele's in, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, good evening, Adele. Are you pre or post shower, pray tell? And good evening to Dee. Hopefully she'll be listening. She listens quite often. She's not in the chat, but if she wants to join us, you'd be most welcome. Unless, of course, she's beer siren, but I can't imagine. Maybe, you never know. And also Swabs, a little late, but as always, Tony, most welcome. And seemingly, the first part of the show has gone down particularly well. And I always believe that the second hour is better than the first, so perhaps you're in for a little treat on the second hour. Right, we're going to crack on with the music. I'll get through some messages as and when required, but as it's we're having a fantastic summer, we'll play a little bit of a summer song. It's all summer long. It's by Kid Rock.
My thoughts were short, my hair was long, caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shined upon her hair. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We'd blister in the sun, we couldn't wait for night to come to hit that sand and play some rock and roll. While we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. As strange as when the leaves began to change. Oh, how we thought those days would never end. Sometimes I hear that song and I'll start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite songs, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
There you go. So just in between chats there, if any of you saw Ray going underneath the table, it wasn't for any light refreshment for me. It is because we were having mouse trouble on the left-hand screen, so I can't get back into the chat for the time being, so I don't know what people are saying. But I have to tell you that it is now about 1:45, I think, which means it's time for my second independent artist of the evening. You want me to? Oh, we're back on.
We're back on.
We're back. Yeah, well, mouse is up and running. Thank you, Patches. Thank you very much. The pleasure was all mine.
I know.
So, as I was saying, back to the second independent artist of the evening. This is a band I've played before, a band I particularly like.
Marion's in.
Oh, good evening, Marion. I'll get round to you once I've finished with my little speech about this band. I think they're really kicking it at the moment. They seem to be having a good time. They seem to be getting lots of good and big bookings. So for me, they just might be on the brink of getting a big break that they so deserve, hopefully. The band are called Blackwater. Mike's in the house tonight. Don't know if June's in, but she sometimes listens. And Blackwater band, they're kind of, to me, this is not how they describe themselves, but to me they're like a modern version of a prog rock band, I think. So I like them. I hope you will too. This is a new song from a new EP that's about to be released, as far as I know. So it's another exclusive first for the Rockin Radio Wall of Sound, because again, that's how we roll on the show. It's a great track. It's a little bit rocky. Have a little listen. It's called the Blackwater Band. Please let me know what you think. Mike, hope you enjoy.
From the deepest soul comes a heart with passion.
Boom. Well, there you go. And I'm absolutely delighted to say we got nothing but top feedback for that. What's up, Ray?
No, I'm just checking.
Yeah. Oh no, this one might not be on yet because we only got this tonight.
I'll put it up for you tomorrow, Mike.
So just to let you know that the mic that's in the house is the mic from Blackwater Band. So he'll be seeing all the feedback, which is good because it was all very positive. And if you want to know a little bit more about them, if you Google Blackwater Band, or better still, go to our independencenetwork.co.uk. There they have a profile page. Just click on the artist button, go to B for Blackwater Band. You'll see them down the side. You will be able to read a little bit about them. You'll be able to request a few of their songs, or you'll be able to play a few.
Big profile.
Big profile.
Proper profile.
There you go, you see. Proper band, you see.
That's what we like.
If they give us the information, we get it up there. That's the way it goes. Right, so good news. Everybody's happy, which is how we like it. I'm probably going to lose Mike Foster, Dr. Foster, here, because I every now and then I just like to be a mellow, and I like to roll a little one and just, have a bit of a chill. And we're going to do that. I think Adele will love this, but I think Mike will probably hate it. It's a bit of Steely Dan and Do It Again.
Thank
Okay, so don't tell me that I don't know my audience, because Adele was very appreciative of the song. The Doctor was the Doctor was the Doctor, and everybody else loved the song. So it was kind of as we would expect. Billy's asked a question, and Mike may well answer for us. Billy's asked, did Blackwater do Daughters of the Moon? And I think they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
It's in the profile.
Yeah, it's in the profile, Billy, independencenetwork.co.uk. Look for artists, look for B for Blackwater. Find them, you'll be able to play it. You'll be able to request it to be played after the show, in actual fact. Will they, if I play them tonight?
Yeah, they can.
So the request button is on there. You'll be able to listen to it or request it, and it'll just go into the tracks for later on. So what we got? Mike, come on, let it go. You know, sometimes you've just got to have a little chill. You know, have a glass of watered down wine for you, Mike, I would suggest, and you know, just let it flow, man. Right, I think we need to crack on. It must be surely around 8 o'clock, Ray.
It is.
If we're at 8 o'clock, that means it's time for... Oh, I'm a little bit early. How about that? That's unusual. It's time for my 8 o'clock featured artist or featured album. Usually I pick either a particularly great album, we played 2 tracks back to back, or a particularly great artist. On this particular occasion, I'm going to pick an artist, and I'm going to play a man who's done some really, really great tunes, especially in his younger days. To be fair, he's given us a few poor tunes too, but we're going to ignore them and concentrate on his early good stuff. I'm talking about the legend that is Little Stevie Wonder, and tonight I'm going to play you 2 of his tracks. They'll be back to back with no chatter in between from me, and the first one I'm going to play is Sir Duke, and that will be followed by the very brilliant Master Blaster. So here you go, have a bit of back to back Stevie Wonder.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand, with an equal opportunity for all to sing, dance, and clap their hands. Well, just because the record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. But you can tell right away left to A when the people start to move. They can feel it all over. 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 Music knows it is and always will be one of the things that life just won't quit. But here's some of music's pioneers that time will not allow us to forget now. But as they say, Miller, Satchmo, and the king of all do. And with a voice like Kelly ringing out, there's no way the band could lose. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all that's me, am I happy? Well, that's not perfect. I can say that I'm ecstatic, 'cause we all just made a pact. We've agreed to get together, join as children in Jah. When you're moving in the positive, your destination is the brightest star. You didn't know that you would be jumping into the break of dawn, touching the fire, but told you that you would be jumping into the break of dawn. You would be jumping into the break of dawn. Don't you stop the music, go down, the midnight.
There you have it. So, again, a little bit of a mixed reaction. Very positive from most people. The doctor is off. He's gone for his tea. Obviously doesn't like little Stevie Wonder. And that means that him and Joe could be heading for a fallout, because obviously Joe's a big Stevie Wonder fan. And I have to say, looks like David's joined us. And David, the only David I know is Chubby. So if that's you, Chubby, and you say I slagged you off for playing Stevie Wonder, if I slagged you off for playing Stevie Wonder, it would have been because you played one of two records, Ebony and Ivory or I Just Called to Say I Love You. And if you played one of those two, you deserve slagging off. But the early Stevie Wonder, I have to say, album Inner Visions and all that kind of stuff, absolutely brilliant, mate. And I think Swabs was loving that. He was enjoying a bit of Stevie Wonder. I think Mike and Joe and Hillary was enjoying a little bit of Stevie Wonder. She was foot tapping away. Joanne's, yes, Joanne's just said exactly the same thing, which is weird. Message just come in. There's nothing wrong with playing Stevie unless it's I Just Called to Say I Love You or one of those cringy ones, which is definitely Ebony and Ivory. And I think he did another one that makes me feel quite ill. But he did some brilliant tunes early doors. So we can forgive him his later rubbish and just play the good stuff. And Chubby, if that's you, let us know it is Chubby. Otherwise I don't know who you are. And I already don't know who Beer Siren is, so not knowing who David is really going to freak me out. Right, we're going to crack on with the tunes. It's been going reasonably well so far. We're all quite pleased. The audience seems quite pleased. You'll see that we moved from a smaller venue into a bigger venue, into a bigger screen a little while ago, those of you who are watching on the TV. And, we might just come back inside in a little while and see how things go. But while we're doing that, we're going to play a little bit of Living After Midnight, and this is Judas Priest. If it plays. I pressed it twice, Ray. I don't know how to press it again. Is it going to go? Is it going to go?
It will.
Is it going to go? Maybe not. Shall I try it again?
Just click play.
Here we go. Enjoy a bit of Judas Priest.
Till the morning, and I'm gone.
There you go. So it was Chubby. He's joined as Chubby as I know and love him. I can't get used to that David business. And another of our independent network radio presenters, or Worsley radio presenters, Mad Auntie Kerry's in the house. So good evening to you, Mad Auntie Kerry. She says, go Derek. I'm not even going to tell you why, because you'll all start calling me Derek and I can't be doing with that. A few more people. So good evening to Chubby, good evening to Mac, good evening to Marion, good evening to Fatty Barlow, I think may well be listening on the QT. Interesting that Fatty Barlow has the same initials in the Predictor League as Blackwater Band, BWB. And the people who are in the Predictor League will know what... Sorry, that's a private joke. They'll know what I'm talking about. Right, okay, I think it must be around 1:15-ish, which means that it's time for my third independent artist of the evening. This is a geezer who's been very supportive of us here at the Independence Network, a man known as Malcolm Baxter. This is a new song, and I believe it only came out about a week ago. It's a little rocky number called Cruel Wind, but it's actually about very serious and terrible disease, which many of us will have experienced, something called Alzheimer's. Malcolm's good lady is suffering from the disease, which is obviously where the influence came from for the song, and having watched my old man go through the same thing, I can assure you, Malcolm, that mine and many others' thoughts will be with you. But we're going to play the tune and have a little see what you think. This is Malcolm Baxter with Cruel Wind. Give us some feedback, let us know what you think.
Sorry to say this week, people, the sky is going to be crying. We're going to be seeing a lot of rain and some thunderstorms. The sky is going to be crying. We're going to be seeing the sky is going to be crying.
It's left me with a gaping hole and a heart that is torn. I'm standing
go, the very wonderful Malcolm Baxter with Cruel Wind. So great tune, hope you enjoyed it. Joe says it had a little bit of Mark Bolan about it. I think, I don't know about you, Ray, but it had a little bit of Waterboys. Sounded a bit like the lead singer of the Waterboys to me. But great tune, Malcolm. I hope you're... he did let me know a little bit earlier that he might miss the start of the show. Don't know whether he's joined us yet or whether he's going to join us a little bit later. So, Chubby is a little hungover and about to kill his children. Perhaps we won't put that out there. Or we're too late, we already did. Swabs, there must be a few children who are causing trouble tonight because Swabs is feeling exactly the same way. Come on, guys, just play some music to them and chill them out. That's what we need. That's what children are short of these days. Good music. Right, we're going to carry on with the good music. We're going to play... this is a bit sort of more middle of the road, but slightly to the harder side of the middle of the road. It's Espresso Love by the Great Dire Straits.
Was made in heaven.
There you go. We've just moved on. For those of you watching on the telly, will have seen we've just moved on to the side of the house now. We've moved out the big square, out the park. Just gone on to the side of the house. God knows where we'll go next, eh, Ray?
I know, yeah.
I can feel New York coming on, or maybe we'll find somewhere.
Hong Kong or somewhere like
that. Yeah, Times Square. Who knows?
Yeah.
The Rockin Radio Wall of Sound all over the world. Right. Okay. So I knew Swabs would love that. That would be right up Swabsy Street. Poor Chubby can't hear the music for the racket. Have you got any gaffer tape, Chubby? I always find that's quite good for quieting down children. And before anyone comes to take mine away, well, they are 30 odd now, I think, so it's probably not a problem. But I was joking. Right, we're gonna. I've not heard from the doctor, which is a little bit worrying because he was enjoying.
For dinner.
Yeah, no, but good night, Hillary. By the way, Hillary was going for dinner, but I don't know if the doctor was there. And the show gets a little bit more rocky and more suited to the doctor in the second hour, so it's a shame if he's not with us anymore. Joe, do some that Facebook thing and see if you can get the doctor back in, because the rest of the tunes are all a little bit of him, I think, and we'll carry on in that vein with the ZZ Top, and this is called Tush. Tune, short but sweet but fantastic. Right, first of all, I have to tip my hat to you people in the chat room for the amount of messages that come tonight. A record, I think, for our show. This thing's turned over 5 times at least, we think, so that's somewhere in the region of 750 messages, which is absolutely phenomenal. So thank you very much, because it does keep us entertained here whilst we're trying to keep our peckers up, as it were, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And we've kind of got to the point where there's a person that's been in the house for a little while. I haven't said hello, which is Ian Roberts. So good evening, Ian. I don't think I said hello earlier when I noticed you come in. The messages were going a little bit too fast for me. So good evening to you, and we think we might know who the beer siren is, the mysterious beer siren. We think it could well be Paul Sheridan. Paul, if that's you, show yourself. Right, okay, so we're going to crack on with the music. It must be around about 8:30. If it is, Ray, that's quite amazing to be still on time. that means it's time for my favourite part of the show, which is the something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. Regular listeners will know if it's something old, it is a song that's pre-1964. If it's something new, it's a song that's post-1976. If it's something borrowed, it's a great cover version, and if it's something blue, it's usually a blues number. Well, tonight I'm going to give you a great song that most people will know as an Elvis song, but truth be told, it's not. It's originally done by a dude called Jimmy Reed way back in 1960. So it qualifies for this section as something old, and of course it qualifies for something as something blue because it's a blues tune. It's a top tune, and this version is a top version in my view. Have a little listen, see what you think. You will have heard it by Elvis probably, but maybe not by Jimmy Reed. This is a track called Big Boss Man.
Can't you hear me when I call? Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just talk, that's all. Waking boss man, waking around the fire. I want a little drink of water, but you won't let Jimmy start. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just talk. Getting me on phone man, one wanna treat me right, work hard in the daytime, rest easy at night. Big boss man, can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big, you just all that's all.
There you go. So we got a little bit of love for that track. Thank you from Mad Auntie Kerry. She was loving that. And also Mike saying a bit of old school for... that's a little bit of indulgence for me, that part of the show, because it just means I can play something that I really think is a great tune. And hopefully with all the rest of the tunes, if you might just forgive me that particular part. Right, okay. Where are we up to, Ray? Videos, that was the point. I need to mention to Mike, we found a few videos of the Blackwater Band that Ray is going to... Does he need anything from Mike? Or
No, I've got them.
Right. Ray's going to download some of the tunes and the videos that you've got on YouTube, Mike, of the Blackwater Band, and then he'll play them randomly on random shows on this here Veteran TV, because we've now started playing videos as well as playing music. So we have shows where we have presenters like Chubby on a Wednesday night and Mad Auntie Kerry on a Friday night, and Lol on a Saturday night, and Pops on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
All doing these great shows which you can join in and join the banter and listen to the tunes. They all play lots of different stuff. You know, you'll get all kinds of good stuff. Some of them play more independent artists than I do. Like Mad Anti-Kerry's, he's almost all independent artist. Lol on a Saturday does a little bit of both, and Chubby does a little bit of both. And Ray has his own show that he does randomly and occasionally, where he'll play only independent artists. So any time that you've got a bit of spare time, just feel free to tune in to the Veteran TV, because if there's nobody on, there'll be some great music, that's for sure. I've got to say anything else? I've said hello to Ian, I've said hello to Paul, I've said thank you for the messages. I think that's it from me. I'm going to play a little bit more music, and this is a great tune. This is going to, you'll be able to have a little bit of a rock out to this one if you want. This is Rebel Yell by the great Billy Idol.
Last night, a little angel came home.
So we've kind of rocked the place a little bit for the last hour. Mike's still with us. Mike from the Blackwater Band, enjoying the show and enjoying the tunes. Nice that you've been with us all night, Mike. Thanks for that. Appreciate your support. I don't know if this is the first time you listened to the show, but hopefully you've enjoyed it. The messages have gone off again. Ray, I don't know what's happening with them.
I'll sort it after the show.
Yeah, we've got maybe we've had less messages than we thought because it just keeps disappearing. So we've got a technical issue. Right, okay, we're going to carry on with the music. We're going to have another one from the mainstream, and then that's going to be followed by one of our the final indie of the show. So we'll play a little bit of Black Sabbath with Paranoid. There you go. Right, we have got a bit of controversy in the house. So Adele's loving a bit of the Black Sabbath, but she preferred it with Dio. Controversy, we say. And Kerry can't wait till my go tomorrow night. Kerry's on tomorrow night at 5 o'clock?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. till...
I've just posted it out.
All right, okay, so there's a link gone out. So anybody who's enjoyed the show tonight can join in with Kerry's show tomorrow and give her a little bit of banter in the house. It's always good. More people you get listening to you and the more banter comes in the house. Just makes the job a bit more interesting and a bit easier for us to do as well. So we appreciate your support as much as you might appreciate ours out there, you independent artist guys. Right, and speaking of independent artists...
Nice one there from Mike.
What's that?
First time listening, but loved every minute so far.
All right, that's Mike from Blackwater Band. Yeah. Right, okay. It's time for my last independent artist of the show. Obviously, we'll be playing out with some independent artists after the show. And actually, looking at it, I think, Mike, we've had a request in for Blackwater Band that's come in, so that'll be played after the show. So I don't know who's requested that. Probably Billy, actually, because it is Daughter of the Moon, so it could be Billy, who knows. So we will be playing some more independent artists after the show, but I'm going to play one now. I don't know much about this lady, other than that she's done some top tunes. I know she's on our Independence Network, and I know that Ray knows quite a bit about her, so perhaps he'll tell you.
One of my favourites.
Oh, right, well, Ray's favourite. You never told me that, Ray.
Slinky Williams from Slinky Petty Lou. Lots of tracks in the profile on the Independence Network, and a big follower of my shows.
Right, okay.
I play a lot of Slinky Williams.
I've asked her to be my friend on the face ache thing, but she's not said yes yet.
I banned her from making friends.
Especially with people like me.
Yeah. Riff raff.
Well, look, this is a real good bluesy track. I like it. I hope you will. If you like your blues, you're going to like a little bit of this. So have a little listen. Tell me what you think. This is independent artist Slinky and the Petty Loop. These Blues.
Petty Loop.
Just stay and watch the day and sing this lonesome blues. Song you sing, it is a way of life. I've hung around them barrooms almost all of my life. The men, they are all gamblers, they take all they can use. So if I find no peace of mind, I'd settle for these blues.
There you go. So that's good. A lot of love from Mike from Blackwater Banders, liking fellow independent artist there. Mac was enjoying an independent artist, as she would. And also Joanne, she seems to think that we may have played Slinky before, but I don't think I have, and because she's new to me. And I think, you know, if you've listened to any of Ray's shows, Joe, then you might have heard it. He plays quite a lot of Slinky Williams on there. So the doctor's back in the house. Good evening again, Doctor. He's telling us what he's been having for tea, which is very nice, and allows him to escape. Oh, come on, Doctor. You were doing so well for the first hour. Eh? Not grumpy at all, and almost pleasant. Right, we're going to crack on with the tunes. I don't know what the Doctor's going to think of this one. He's not. He doesn't. I don't think he likes his reggae very much. We're going to have a bit of Peter Tosh in the house, and this is a reggae version of Johnny Be Good.
Big up Peter Touch the real old dada. Bumbo clot.
you go. Bit of Johnny Be Good by Peter Tosh with a little bit of fade in and fade out that sounded like the TARDIS to me from Doctor Who. Right, okay, so I surprise myself sometimes, or Mike surprises me. Dr. Foster, he's liking a bit of reggae. Can't go wrong with a bit of reggae, he says. So I'm sure last time we played a bit of reggae, he said it was marijuana smoking dross or something.
Yeah, I think
it
it depends on the track.
Yeah, I think it depends on his mood. I think it depends on how many gins he's had myself. Anyway, not sure whether Swabs was digging the reggae, but we've always got to play a little bit of reggae because that's what it's all about, man.
Mike
We've got
was
to play.
liking it.
Yeah. Mike's obviously a man of impeccable taste. I think he's enjoyed all the tunes that we've had tonight. We've had a fair variation again, as we always do. But it's got to that part of the evening where we play our one-hit wonder because it's the penultimate song, and this is a pretty good track by a completely bonkers fella and bonkers band. It's The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, and the track is called Fire. Enjoy this.
I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. I'll take you to burn. Fire. I'll take you to learn. I'll see you burn. You fought hard and you saved and earned, but all of it's gone to burn. Hold your mind, you tried it right, you know you've really been so bad. Now's your time, burn your mind, you fall apart, you fall behind. Oh no, you're gonna burn. Fire to destroy all you've done. Fire to end all you've become. I'll feel you burn. You've been living like a little girl in the middle of your little world. Acting like you're tired, and you know you've really been so blind. Now's your time, burning like you're falling far too far behind. Fire, I'll take you to burn. Fire, I'll take you to learn. You're gonna burn. You're gonna burn. You're gonna burn,
There you go. Mike sent a message in, and remember seeing him on Top of the Pops with his head on fire. I don't know sure if I can remember that, Mike, but I know he was absolutely bonkers, and I don't think it was the one and only time he did set himself or his head on fire. The Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Right, okay, so good evening, good night. Thank you for joining us, Adele. She's gone. The Doctor watched Top of the Pots when he had a daft hat on that was on fire, yes. And he was a funny person then. Is he at Her Majesty's pleasure? I don't know, he may well be. He's touring with Hawkwind. There you go. See, Mike's on the know. So he's probably still setting his head on fire. He maybe should in Her Majesty's pleasure, who knows. Right, guys, that's it for another show. Thank you very much. Been a great show from our point of view. We hope you've enjoyed it out there. Thanks very much for all the messages. It's been fantastic tonight with regards to the support we've had out there. Please stay tuned. I'm going to play out with a cracking tune from a mainstream artist. But after that, it's all independence. We'll still be in the house having a little conflab and a beer and a chill out. So if you want to send in a message, we will answer. And it'd be interesting to see what you think of the rest of the.
And it's still live.
The rest of the independent. Yes, absolutely, still live. We'll, you might catch us eating cookies or anything. So thanks very much from me and from Ray. We're going to play you out with. Oh, I nearly forgot, Ray. I nearly forgot. Next week. Next week, my sister will be joining the show because we will be coming live from Carcassonne in France by the pool, probably with a few beers inside us. So hope you can join us then. I'm not sure the music will be quite as good because Joanne's going to have her pick, but she does have very good taste, so maybe it will be okay. We'll have to see, but one thing's for sure, it'll be a bit of a giggle. So hopefully we'll see you next week live from France on the Rockin Radio Wall of Sound. I'm going to play you out. Good night. This is Ray Charles, and night time is indeed the right time.
coming out at night to play the game. Taming the ones that remain. Daughters of the moon. The God-man takes away. Though the sun shines through this pretense, angels of darkness, sisters of light, and the daughters of
Captain of a cruise ship that sails from sea to sea. I'm the captain of a cruise ship. We sail the seven seas. Been searching for my baby. Oh, Lord, where can you be? She took off with my gold blooms, pieces of 8 and a treasure chest full of jewels. She left with my golden blue, pieces of 8 and a treasure chest full of jewels. Gonna find her in one of these parts. She took me for such a fool, and that ain't cool. skeleton crew from deep in the briny sea. Got my skeleton crew from Davy Jones' locker, from whom I stole the key. We'll keep sailing till we find somewhere she gotta be. I'm the captain of a ghost ship that sails from sea to sea. I'm the captain of a ghost ship. We sail the seven seas. Been sailing for 200 years. She'll walk the plank, that I guarantee.
Resistance is on the increase. Who needs labor and stories? Yeah, when we have our own mind. Always the same old story. It's time to let the people decide. Yeah, we gotta take control of the situation. While we can, we gotta take control of the situation. Now we have it in our hand. Gotta take control of the situation. While we can, we gotta take control of the situation. Oh, no, no, no. I'm the man with the false accusation, but modern warfare was not my intention. See, more desperation will only lead to destruction. So tell me now, where do we look for answers? I see more crime, more desperation will only lead to destruction. We gotta take control of the situation. While we can, we gotta take control of the situation. Now we have it in our hand, gotta take control of the situation. While we can, we gotta take control of the situation. Oh no, no matter what, that's our intention. So let us unite, yeah, nation with nation. What can you see? Yeah. What can't you see? Yeah, yeah.
big old river, got mud on the bottom, got mud on the bottom, get mud on your shoe. It's a big old river, so you better get to walking. It's a big old river and a long way too. It's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. There's smoke on the land and mirrors in the water. There's smoke on the land and fire in the streets. There's smoke from the hand of the uniformed magician. Turn his own crimes into another man's pain. It's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. It's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. There's plenty of food and there's plenty of money and there's plenty of hunger. There's plenty of greed and there's plenty of reasons that tell you that there isn't, while there's plenty who die with nothing to eat. Yeah, it's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. And there's plenty for war and there's plenty for killing. Yeah, there's plenty for taking another man's life, and there's plenty of reasons they'll tell you that we got it while the prophets are counted far from the lie. But it's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. Yeah, it's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. It was a great big world, but now it's getting smaller. It was a great big world, but now we can see it's a great big world, and we got sisters and brothers loving every country and prayers for peace. But it's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. It's a big old river, got mud on the bottom, got mud on the bottom, get mud on your shoe. It's a big old river, so we better get to walking. It's a big old river and a long way too. It's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too. It's a big old river. It's a big old river and a long way too.
Skeletons in my closet,
And I don't care, she don't love me no more. I've got my whiskey and I've got my draw. I'm gonna drink until I don't know how I feel. I'm gonna smoke until I don't know what is real. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. Pass me the bottle and I'll break the seal. Pass me the mobile, I'll call in the deal. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. And I got my draw. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. 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 My whiskey and I'll get my draw. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long. I'm gonna roll and pour all night long.
Phil used to always tell me before he passed on that you need to stand for something where you fall for anything in this world. I believe that now. They say you need to stand for something, to fall for anything. Forever standing waiting within the wings, stuck in a dream days, a dream world. Money, fame, you're a dream girl, a guy. Posted as your life flies by, your homies getting married, your best boy's a father, others getting money, yet you never bother to take a look inside that mirror. Get yourself up on your own too, get out there and make them dollars. Holla, if you hear me, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I know hundreds of people who only run their mouth, gun bumping and park playing from north to south, budget balling but laying up in their mama's house. It's a shame getting caught up in this game where these men got such feminine traits, but that really shouldn't matter if you're really trying to grind and show the whole world you got what it takes. You need to stand for something, to fall for anything. Can't spend your whole life high, gone within a dream. Money ain't the root, it's the greed. If anything, be true and stand up on your own with everything. Stand for something, to fall for anything. Can't spend your whole life high, gone within a dream. Money ain't the root, it's the greed. If anything, be true and stand up on your own with everything. From the first real heartbreak that left me scorned, torn to the loss of my friend Phil, I still mourn, trying to stay strong throughout these episodes. They frequent through my head like monsters and small kids, they pissing in the bed. Tripping through my head cause life seems to move so fast, and the poor class mentality consumes some cash. Though it's hard trying to live out this life from day to day, and assume that the family will be okay. Cause a little bit of cash should take you a long way, but a little bit of ass take grown men astray. And when all said and done, what's one left to say besides life is what you make it, so make it work today. If you 9 to 5 grand in a hustle, it don't matter if you're trying to bring it into your struggle. True to life, through the sacrifice, my people united across the mic, trying to U-turn our wrong turns right. First step, you gotta stand for something, to fall for anything. Can't spend your whole life high, gone within a dream. Money ain't the root, it's the greed. If anything, be true and stand up on your own for everything. Stand for something, to fall for anything. Can't spend your whole life high, gone within a dream. Money ain't the root, it's the greed. If anything, be true and stand up on your own for everything. Just viewing all the life from my child's eyes, help me see the part of me that ain't been brutalized by lies and deceit from all the people I chose to love the most. So I put my little person in me and held her close. Listen to her speak vibe, she got so much soul, teaching me stuff although she's only 3 years old. Now I'm caught up in the rapture, need a song, no sing along. Mini Mr. Jones, the reason I'm living for. Understand, money can buy things and buy people, but it can't purchase happiness, love of my people. People come and people go, the high and buy sequel. Right there where I met you is where I leave. Sounds to me, despite the world full of people who are clowns to me, despite the work I'm putting in for my family, I pray to God my man Phil Rivera's proud of me. Let his soul rest in peace so soundly. Yeah, no doubt. Had to represent one time for my man Phil, rest in peace, God. Stand for something, you fall for anything, man. I got good people behind me, y'all. Good people. Check your crew, you got good people. What do you stand for? What do you get up every day and try to prove to the world, man? What do you do for you? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Ask yourself that, man.